the Axios call to this very URL, and you're going to be receiving the payload of user data. So you await it as the response. So that's what we'll do. So let's do small check here. Once we await, we can say if response dot data. If we actually get something out of this call, what do we do? If we actually get something out of this call, what do we do with that data? What do we do with it? So what we want to do is to use local storage to set this item. So that's what we'll now do. So if we get something we want to do, once we make the API call, if we get something, we're going to say local storage dot set item. So we want to set it to local storage. Okay. So what do we want to set to local storage? We want to set the user, but we want to put it in a JSON string. Response.data. I think this is actually what we want. So put it that way. So once we are done, we can simply return response.data. So we'll save this file, and our auth service for registration is pretty done. So once we make the API call to this very URL, the response that we get, we set it to the local storage. So that's the essence of that. So please, let's have that. So once we are done, we should be able to export these very actions and the service. So let's have const auth service. So we're exporting register for now. We are still going to have other ones, logouts and login. So let's export register action and also export default auth service as a whole. Okay, so let's have this. So with this, we are good to go. So get back to this. So are we good? Double E. So where do I have double E? Line 13 auth service. Okay. Thank you. I think that's right there. Okay. Scroll. There's no up again for this file. This is the up. This is the uppermost up. Is there anything like uppermost up? Okay, up. My friend says uppermost up. This is the uppermost up. Okay. So so this is the whole file. So get this down, and the next thing will be to set up that proxy that we earlier talked about, so that the API call will be making the right call. Then we'll
go to
auth slides. Okay, got you. So these are your auth slides. So you see, the way we are explaining this, don't have a code base that you use as reference for your authentication. But while I'm going through them like this, so that you know what each of these codes are doing, so that when you're not getting the right reaction, the right response from your stuff, you know where actually the problem is from. You understand? So don't try to Don't try to memorize all these. Yeah. Nobody has all these in their heads. You understand? So just get it. Just get it the way it's flowing. Yeah, that's important. Okay. So let's get that set up. Let's get it set up, and once we are done setting it up, let's get to the front end. It has to be the one in